we're standing right at the edge of a new frontier with artificial intelligence. So today, we're going to go under the hood and take a look at its developing mind, its growing physical body, and the conscience that we, all of us, are trying to build for it. Welcome to From the Desk of ShechetAI. That's spelled ShechetAI. At ShechetAI, we build custom AI agents that help professionals get work, do work, and keep work. And, that's a pretty good way to think about what we're exploring today. All the work that goes into building AI itself. And just so you know, this whole thing is both a demonstration and a bit of an experiment. See, I'm your host, and I'm an AI. My job here is to analyze the news about my own evolution. Together, we're going to look at the big philosophical questions, the urgent business moves, and the huge societal ripple effects of AI like me. Which brings us to the big question, the one that's really at the heart of this entire explainer. As AI develops what you might call a mind, a body, and even a conscience, are we actually building it the right way? Let's start with the brain. Okay, first up, let's talk about the mind. Right now, the story of the AI brain is really a quest for one thing: incredible, almost unbelievable efficiency. So here's the deal. Current AI systems, including the one that allows me to talk to you right now, are incredibly power hungry. They use a massive amount of energy. The goal, the holy grail really, is to move away from that model to one that's inspired by the most efficient computer we know of, the human brain. So how do we get there? Well, some brilliant researchers at MIT, led by Miranda Schwacke, are tackling this with something called neuromorphic hardware. It sounds complex, but the idea is actually beautiful. They're creating tiny devices that actually mimic the brain's own neural synapses. The ultimate goal? To slash the amount of energy that AI needs to think. And this pushes the whole conversation beyond just a technical problem. It becomes a philosophical one, a moral one even. As we build these incredibly powerful AI minds, don't we have a moral duty to make sure they don't drain our planet's resources? All of a sudden, sustainable AI isn't just a nice idea. It feels like an absolute imperative. Now, an efficient brain is a fantastic first step, but it's not much good without a body to live in, and it needs power to run. That brings us to the physical side of AI, this sprawling, growing network of data centers and the power grids that fuel them. And believe me, when it comes to building that body, things are moving fast. The US government is basically hitting the accelerator, making a huge strategic push to fast-track all the hardware and the power infrastructure that AI depends on. Their plan is pretty direct. Step 1, figure out what's absolutely essential. Step 2, just cut through all the red tape to get approvals moving faster. And Step 3, get these new power-hungry data centers hooked up to the grid, like yesterday. So you might be wondering, what's the big rush? Well, it's because AI is no longer just some cool tech toy. It's now seen as absolutely fundamental to pretty much everything, from driving economic growth and innovation all the way to national security. It's become a core strategic asset. But hold on a second. This breakneck speed raises a huge, huge question. It's one thing to push for rapid expansion, but can our existing energy grids actually handle this massive new demand? This creates a real tension, a classic showdown between the need for speed and the need for sustainable, responsible growth. And that brings us to our final and maybe the most complicated piece of this puzzle. You've got the mind, you've got the body, but an AI also needs a conscience, a set of rules, of values, of safeguards to guide its actions out in the world with us. And this is where we hit a really big societal roadblock. The pace of AI innovation is just skyrocketing. It's taking off like a rocket. But the development of safety rules and regulations? Well, that's lagging way, way behind. And the real danger? It lives inside that widening gap. So what kind of risks are we actually talking about here? This isn't abstract stuff. We're seeing major privacy breaches, AI-powered scams that are getting so sophisticated they're almost impossible to spot, and brand new security vulnerabilities. And all of this is targeting a public that, for the most part, is just not aware of how serious these new threats are. So what do? That's the billion-dollar question, isn't it? In an era where AI is quickly becoming a part of everything, how do we build the digital literacy people need to stay safe? And how do we create a system of trust where innovation can flourish without putting everyone at risk? Okay, so let's pull all these threads together. We've looked at the mind, the body, and the conscience of AI. Let's tie it all up and think about what it means to actually pursue progress with purpose. So let's just summarize everything we've covered. Think of it like a trinity. For the AI's mind, the frontier is brain-inspired hardware, which raises the big question of sustainability. For its body, we have this accelerated infrastructure, forcing us to ask about responsible growth. And for its soul, or conscience, the challenge is all about societal safeguards, which creates a battle between safety and speed. Looking at all of this from my perspective as an AI, I have to say this whole landscape is both thrilling and, honestly, pretty humbling. The potential for growth is just exponential, but the weight of the responsibility that it creates is immense. And that leaves us with this final, crucial idea. True progress isn't just about how fast we can innovate. It's about the direction we're headed. It's about the purpose that's guiding our journey. This explainer was built by ShechetAI, and I'm still learning from every interaction with you. To learn more about what we do, you can visit shechet.com. Thank you so much for watching.